So, okay. While all of that was going on, I was looking through some forums and stuff. Sandal does not appear in Inquisition, but he is mentioned in some letters that Bodon sends Varric. Okay, let's go talk to them real quick.
Ah,
Sandal!
good to see you, my timely rescuer. Bodon Feddick, at your service, once again. I saw your camp and remembered the kind offer that you made the last time we met. And is there anywhere safer for a poor merchant and his son to sleep? I think not. I'm perfectly willing to offer you a fine discount for the inconvenience of our presence. How does that sound? Good? Yes?
Sounds fantastic, Bodan.
I'm sure you'll be pleased with the goods my boy and I have collected, and with your discount.
Honestly, I don't care about the discount. It is much appreciated, but I don't care about it. I'll take that, and I'll take this. Always grab the backpacks. Ah, hold on. I had something going on with my eye. A little squiggly line that's within my eye.
Hello.
Enchantment!
The boy's a bit simple, but he's rather good with enchantments. One of those tranquil fellas actually called him a... what was it now? A savant. I had no idea such a thing existed.
Enchantment!
Enchanting them. Electric damage. Okay. Who has the dagger? Does it tell me? Nobody. Okay. That's cool. Alistair. Take this. That goes away. Alright. Now, let's go stretching.
What do you need?
You wanna talk about Duncan?
You don't have to do that. I know you didn't know him as long as I did.
Thought you might need to talk.
I should have handled it better. Duncan warned me right from the beginning that this could happen. Any of us could die in battle. I shouldn't have lost it, not when so much is riding on us, not with the blight and everything. I'm sorry.
There's no need to apologize.
I'd like to have a proper funeral for him. Maybe once this is all done, if we're still alive. I don't think he had any family to speak of. I suppose he did. It probably sounds stupid, but part of me wishes I was with him, in the battle. I feel like I abandoned him.
You did! I mean... I understand completely.
I'd be dead then, wouldn't I? It's not like that would make him happier. I think he came from High Ever, or so he said. Maybe I'll go up there sometime. See about putting up something in his honor. I don't know. The Dalish don't
How
practice
do you
cremation,
get about
do they?
when he meets his sister?
How do your people honor
I
your dead?
always harden him.
The only time I try to harden him is when I want him to marry Honora. But because this round through everybody just flat out wants him to be king, I'm just not gonna do that. Normally I just answer whichever way and usually I make him king because Honora is a fucking bitch and 90% of the time that cunt fucking when you go to rescue her from that place or whatever, usually for me, as soon as we walk out and the chick's like, you know,
Never made
stop or
Honora
whatever,
plead
Honora's like, it's my fault. I did once on accident. We bury them and plant a tree over their remains.
That sounds quite beautiful. Life springing from death. Thank you. Really, I mean it. It was good to talk about it, at least a little.
Yeah, I made her queen on accident. I did not harden Alistair. And I wanted him to be king. But I didn't want Logain dead. So, like, I turned him into a Grey Warden, and Alistair got pissed off and ran off, which left Honora as queen. And I was like, what the fuck just happened? So, that was an accident. And I was upset with myself for it.
Yes?
I mean, I
Well,
married her with
I
Alistair,
am.
but he had the power.
Yeah. Same. I usually go for that.
I knew this would come up sooner or later. I don't know how to explain, but I had a
They
dream.
never survived
In
for
it,
me.
there was an impenetrable darkness. It was so dense, so real. And there was a noise, a terrible, ungodly noise. I stood on a peak and watched as the darkness consumed everything. And when the storm swallowed the last of the sun's light, I fell. And the darkness drew me in.
Yeah, I always have a vendetta against Logain, and I'm like, no, fuck you, Logain. At one time, like my second playthrough, it was either my first or second playthrough of all time, I let Alistair fight Logain. And of course he killed him, because I figured, you know, that's only fair. And then I'm like, okay, well, you and Honora are getting together, and Honora's like, no, fuck that. And I'm like, okay, well, fuck you. So, I'm like, okay. And I've never done this, but my husband did. He made Logain a warden, and then he had Logain, you know, have the intimate night with Morrigan, and then he made Logain kill the dragon. So He was like, "This is all this shit is your fault. You're dealing with it." And I'm like, "Okay, well."
When I woke, I went to the Chantry's gardens, as I always do. But that day, the rose bush in the corner had flowered. Everyone knew that bush was dead. It was grey and twisted and gnarled, the ugliest thing you ever saw. But there it was, a single beautiful rose. It was as though the Maker stretched out his hand to say, even in the midst of this darkness, there is hope and beauty. Have faith.
I actually, one of my playthroughs, my character was a female elf, of course. And, you know, Morgan comes to you and she says, well, then have Alistair lay with me tonight, whatever. And my character was in a relationship with Alistair, and I just could not go through with it. I said, you know what? Forget I said anything. I told Morgan, I can't go through with it. So, of course, my character dealt the final blow and died. And I was like, oh, well, okay. That happened. So that was interesting. Like, all in all, except for my character dying, it wasn't a bad
My very
ending.
first playthrough I was a female dwarf romancing Alistair and he dumped my ass towards the end. I was like, WTF?
Oh my gosh, yes. I had that. I've played this game so many times. I did that too. And
I restarted the
and
game.
Alistair's like, look. I restarted that scene, like, before the fight and making Alistair king. I restarted that whole thing. I was like, no. I mean, I know there's a way to make it so that your Grey Warden and Alistair stay together. I don't know if there's a mod to do it or what, but I know there's a way to do it.
I searched the internet to see
But
what
I've
I did
never
wrong.
done it. Yeah, I was pissed when that
If
happened.
you harden him, you become his mistress.
Ooh.
In my dream, I fell, or maybe I jumped. I'd do anything to stop the blight. I know that we can do it. There are so many good things in the Maker's world. How can I sit by while the blight devours everything? That is why you're a Grey Warden. Come, there's a blight to stop.
Yeah, I remember that happening to me once. I was like, Alistair, and I know that you're king now, but we can still be together and this and that. And he's like, no, I'm king now. I'm sorry, we can't be together. And I was like, well, motherfucker, I made you.
Oh, why, you
I
little...
was so
It
pissed.
actually hurt, damn it.
I know, it did. I was so upset.
Me? Harassing your dog? I should say it's the other way round. Your furry friend here took offence at me getting near his food. He snapped at me, look.
Ugh. He is a war dog. It was just a warning. He could have
Don't you
taken off
think
your
I don't
hand.
know it? Sometimes I forget that he's a war dog. That'll teach me.
Okay, if you think that Alistair is like Bay material, let me tell you, Inquisition, after watching, like, there's a reason that I am like, all for Cullen over everybody else. Inquisition. Oh my gosh.
Dog Bob? LMAO.
Okay, okay. Leave Dog Bob alone, okay? I was going to name him Bob, and I forgot to erase the dog part, so it's it's Dog Bob. And I didn't realize what was going on until I pushed enter, and then I looked at him and it said Dog Bob, and I'm like, oh fuck.
It's even more funnier.
And I can't change it. I can't change it. But I'm fine with it now, so it's good. It's alright. I'm actually not fine with it, but I'm not gonna change it.
I
don't
once
even know if
heard
I
a
can.
really old legend about how the Hound warriors in the days of the old tribes would feed their Mabari the flesh of the vanquished. Well, that's what I heard anyway. It would sometimes be human flesh. Oh, like you can tell the difference. For all you know, maybe you've already been fed something. Someone.
Sadly, you can't. But Dog Bob is perfect.
If you had it and didn't know it, probably it was tasty. Dog Bob.
Look at what your fool dog placed in my pack. A putrid, half-eaten hare is not something a woman wants to find in her unmentionables.
I think he thinks you need more meat.
I
on
think
your
I
bone.
have enough meat where it counts, and I certainly don't need it in my pack. The dirty mongrel can have this back. There. And tell him not to do it again.
It was a gift. You can't
I
just throw it away.
did. I don't want it, you worthless fur bag.
I think you hurt his feelings.
Oh, he's just trying to be manipulative, I can tell. I do it too.
Dog Bob. Back away slowly.
Well, that ain't weird.
Oh, don't be silly, you'll just mess up the campsite. Dog. Sten!
Why are we stopping?
You think we
There are
should talk?
darkspawn to be fought. Is this delay needful?
Yes. I need to know if I can trust you at my back. Are you alright?
You
were in
are
the cave.
concerned. No need. I am fit enough to fight.
I've never seen a Canary before. Tell me
No.
about your people. Please?
People are not simple. They cannot be summarized for easy reference in the manner of, the elves are a lithe, pointy-eared people who excel at poverty.
You said
I
you were in
am.
the army. Why would the
The
Canaries...
Antam are the eyes, hands, and mouth of the Kunari. We are how my people know the world. Compared to what?
Skewed. You might learn more about people if you weren't hostile.
What does anyone truly know of the world? The world changes. We change. The Antam observe what we can, just as you do. There is no point to this. We are keeping the Darkspawn waiting.
What's
What
your
a
hurry?
strange language you speak. You say hurry where I would say duty.
It's not your duty to
No,
handle
it
the
is
play.
yours, and you are chatting with me instead. As you wish.
Aww. That hurt, Stan. That really hurt. I was just trying to be nice. Like, fuck, you're tall. That's... Oh my gosh. That's hilarious. Morgan!
What do you wish of me?
I'd
If
like
you
to
must.
ask you something.
My mother has been hunted from time to time, yes, by Templar fools like Alistair, which should tell you how successful they generally were. Flemeth made a bit of a game of it, in fact. The Templars would come again, and she would look at me and smile and say that the fun was to begin once more.
I feel sorry
They
for
came
the
with as much
Templars.
swagger and arrogance as they did self-righteousness. Pity them if you wish, for they held none for us. Flemeth would warn them, once. 'Twas a warning they inevitably failed to heed. And then the true game began. Often Flemeth would use me as bait. A little girl to scream and run and lure the Templars deeper into the wilds and to their doom.
Did
Me?
you actually kill them?
No, I never did any of the killing until later. And even then, Flemeth was a glutton for that sort of thing. Thankfully, the wilds is a vast place. Once they found us, Flemeth would simply move us elsewhere, and we would be lost within the forest once again. I did not understand the danger we faced until I was much older. I had never heard of apostates or maleficarum. You do not know? The zealots use that word for any magic they do not control. The chantry sees any mages not leashed to the circle of magi as apostates, and apostates could become maleficarum, evil mages that resort to blood magic and become demon-enslaved abominations. It may even be true, still, those of us who prefer freedom see no reason to submit.
Meaning what? We'll fight you to the end?
I will note that we only ever defended ourselves, but if they wish to come for us, certainly. Enough of this talk, let us return to the task at hand.
Ah! She hates me. As that song goes, she fucking hates me. Alright, let's, where do we go from here? Oh, shit, no. Hold on.
Don't worry, she hates everybody.
God damn it, I don't want to go anywhere. Okay, we're going to the tower first. Because that's where everyone wants to go. So, we're going to take
Indeed.
Morgan,
Yes.
Alistair, and
Yes.
Stan. Normally from Lothering I go to Redcliffe to get that done because I'll have to eventually go to the tower, but the poll that everybody took wanted me to go to the tower first, so hi-ho, here I go. Well, at least my character
We're
knows
coming
where
here to
to
see
go.
the mages, right? Oh, great. They just love me.
You're welcome, Alice.
Yes? Oh? What was this about? How sad it is to see a Grey Warden manipulated. But I have no time to straighten this out for you. Men, let's teach the Grey Warden a lesson about trust.
What do you think? This should be easy enough. Right. On it. As you wish.
It is done.
Let's get started.
It is done.
Damn.
You're the Grey Warden, aren't you? Exactly who I was hoping to meet. I represent a collective of mages interested in going about their lives without the constant scrutiny of the Chantry.
How can I help
Next to me, and in every major settlement, you will find an inconspicuous sack containing requests from mages all over the land who need the assistance of someone skillful and discreet. Thank you, my friend.
Take a look.
We have agents in every major settlement to reward you for work done on behalf of the collective. Make us smile upon you. Good to see you again.
Okay. Excuse me, sir.
Wow, I've never seen one of you knife-ears dressed like the King of Ferelden before. You made good for yourself, eh? Oh, I don't mean no
Excuse me?
offense. I know I shoot my mouth off. I'm just not used to your kind, trussed up all fancy. You know,
My
elves,
kind.
pointy ears, skinny legs. Oh, there I go again. I don't mean nothing by it. I swear I should start over. I'm mighty pleased to be making your acquaintance, miss. I'm the
who are
ferryman.
you?
Leastwise, I used to be. Poor old Kester. Out of a job. I don't got
Why?
a clue. They wouldn't tell me. Gregor just came down and said, "Don't you worry, Kester. We got it all under control, we do." Didn't say nothing else. And then he puts Carol in charge of my boat. Lissy. Named for my grandmum she was. I told you,
Wrong at the
they didn't
tower?
tell me nothing. And if I know they're mages, I'm better off keeping out of their business. If I had to guess, I'd guess it had to do with magic, but the tower's always got something to do with magic. You could try swimming, but I don't recommend it. Nasty things in that lake. I reckon it's all them potions they dump in there. Gregor's told me to stay here till it blows over, but I'm telling you, some storms don't blow over easy.
Well, I have to
Well,
find
you go
out
on
what's
ahead.
going on.
Gregor tells me to stay here, I stay here. I reckon the fella knows what he's talking about. You go on ahead, then. It was nice talking to you.
Okay, and let's go to the tower. What's up, Carol? That's a girl's name, you know.
You're not looking to get across to the tower, are you? Because I have strict orders not to let anyone pass. I am the person appointed to stop all unauthorized access to the Circle Tower. Because you're unauthorized.
You're a dick. With a girl's name. You're a girl dick. Put a pink bow on your head. Fuck you, Carol.
Oh, you're a Grey Warden, are you? Prove it. So
I don't
not
have to
good
prove
enough for
anything to
you.
you.
Fine.
No.
See if you get into the tower on your own.
I warn you, my patience
is
wears
that bad?
thin.
Look, I'm just trying to do my job. I'll take you right now, just like you wanted. Come along,
Please.
I suppose.
Dick.
And I want 2 men stationed within sight of the doors at all times. Do not open the doors without my express consent. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
The doors are barred. Are they keeping people out or in?
Now we wait and pray. Who are you? I explicitly told Carol not to bring anyone across the lake. We're dealing with a very delicate situation. You must leave for your own safety.
No, the mages
I
have
am
no
weary
obligation.
of the Grey Warden's ceaseless need for men to fight the Darkspawn, but it is their right. You'll find no allies here. The Templars can spare no men, and the mages are indisposed. I shall speak plainly. The tower is no longer under our control. Abominations and demons stalk the tower's halls.
This is why we cut the tongues from mages in Parvolan.
I will admit to agreeing with your companion. Maker knows the Kunari would not have gotten themselves into this position.
Sounds like the Templars
My
haven't
men
been
did
doing
what
the
they
job.
could, but it wasn't enough. They took us by surprise. We were prepared for 1 or 2 abominations, not the horde that fell upon us.
And you're still
It is
waiting
our
here?
duty as
Isn't that
Templars to
dangerous?
watch the Circle Tower. We will stand guard to make sure nothing leaves. Nothing. I will destroy the tower, raze it to the ground. But I cannot risk more of my men. The doors remain shut, and they will protect us for now.
Doors
We
can
do
be
not
broken.
mean for the doors to stay closed forever. Everything in the tower must be eliminated. I have sent word to Denerim, calling for reinforcements and the right of annulment. The right of annulment gives Templars the authority to neutralize the Mage Circle. Completely.
The mages are probably already dead. Any abominations remaining in there must be dealt with, no matter what.
This situation is dire. There is no alternative. Everything in the tower must be destroyed so it can be made safe again.
They're not
If any are
defenseless.
still alive, the Maker himself has shielded them. No one could have survived those monstrous creatures. It is too painful to hope for survivors and find nothing.
But you
And
that
what was
shut
I
them
to
in.
do? Leave the door open as the abominations poured out?
He's right. All the circles have doors like these, to prevent abominations from getting loose.
Denerim must have received our message. It cannot be much longer.
I'll deal with the
If,
circle, lend
by
me
some
aid.
miracle, you destroy the abominations, yes. The Templars will join your army. Without word from Denerim, I must determine our course. Surely destroying Darkspawn is a worthy goal.
We have an
A word of
agreement.
caution. Once you cross that threshold, there is no turning back. The great doors must remain barred. I will open them for no one until I have proof that it is safe. I will only believe it is over if the first enchanter stands before me and tells me it is so. If Irving has fallen, then the circle is lost and must be destroyed. May Andraste lend you her courage, whatever you decide.
Okay, and with that, I'm going to end that here.
My wounds! They burn! It's unbearable!
Okay. And then, when I come back, next time,
Okay,
we're
bye.
going into the tower. So,